from Sand Studios and made possible by Wavecast equipment. I'm Trey Remulla, and welcome to the White Stripe Podcast. Welcome to episode 30 of the White Stripe Podcast. It's just crazy how we got here. I started this in September. I've been podcasting since 2019. I never thought that I'd actually be here doing this via Zoom and everything. I didn't even know what Zoom was during the time. But here we are. Before we get into that, I just want to share a quick story because for the past few weeks it's been a bit tough because one reason why I kind of stopped posting often was that I woke up one morning a few weeks ago. This is like maybe 3 weeks ago. I woke up one morning later than usual. So I'd often wake up around 8. That day, I decided to wake up a bit later. Didn't really have anything to do in the morning. So I was like, all right, I'll wake up at 10, 9:30 or 10, right? I woke up at 10, just to a bunch of messages on my phone. I was like, why are these people like all messaging me, right? It's not just group chats, right? It's individual people that were messaging me about something. So I was curious, like, what's up? What's I was I was like, what's up? And you just knew that something happened. You just don't know exactly what. But I woke up, I checked my phone, saw all the messages. They told me that my Twitter got hacked. So that wasn't fun. It felt very like I felt violated. I felt like my privacy was broken. I felt like my reputation was hit. That because the it was like my account tweeted like 50 times of the same picture. And it wasn't anything necessarily bad, but it was a picture about a Ray-Ban sale somewhere, and then with every tweet he'd tag as many people as it could fit. So a lot of people were tagged in that, and I'm sorry for that. Um, I don't even know why. I didn't I didn't press one of those links, you know. So I have no idea why that happened. Until now, I still don't, and it sucks, and I don't know what to do about it. But so that happened a few weeks ago, and I felt like I was violated, and I kind of didn't want to do anything online. I didn't want to do anything online. I just felt like, yeah, I'm not really gonna do that. I'm gonna be quiet, you know. So that's why I haven't been posting often. But it's funny. We actually have like a bunch of episodes in the bank right now for season 2 that we weren't able to get to yet. We will. But yeah, that's one big reason why I haven't been posting. And another thing, I just got busy. So kind of like trying to get my mind off what happened. Anyway, so one thing about my mindset that changed recently was that my grandmothers, both of them, mom and dad side, I actually recently brought them to get their first dose a few weeks ago of the COVID-19 vaccine. That day, I remember driving home just really happy. For the first time in a year, I felt like, okay, this is good. There's hope. At least for me personally, the two old people in my life that I'm around often are vaccinated. And today, as I'm recording this, they got their second dose. So it's weird because for the past year, I've been like a lot of you people. I've been very frustrated. I've been very sad. Like, when's this gonna happen? Because it doesn't feel like it's gonna end. And honestly, till now, it doesn't feel like it's gonna end soon. But that gave me a little glimpse of hope. Just that simple thing that the two senior citizens in my family are okay. And I know that we can't say that about everybody. And for a lot of people, it's too late. And with that, I have no idea how that must feel. But if you can, follow whoever you can to know when the vaccine is near you and when your loved ones can get it. Because when my grandma's got it, it felt different. To me, it felt like I can breathe just a little bit more. I'm not going to stop following the health protocols, but it felt for the first time in a year like, wow, it might take longer than, we'd wanted to, but there's a little light at the end of the tunnel for those who are still here. Anyway, long story short, get it if you can. Like if you can, get it. Give it to your loved ones as well. Like it feels different. All right, so this is the end of season 1 of the White Stripe podcast. And a lot of people are gonna ask, like, why is this the end of season 1? Like, why did I decide this is the end of season 1? When is anything gonna change in season 2? The answer number 1 is yes. For season 2, we're gonna be having a lot of new guests as well, but it's not just that. We're also gonna be having people come back. We're gonna have them not just to be interviewed and to be introduced to you guys, but also to talk about random stuff, talk about the deeper issues, to talk about whatever's going on in the world. And it's going to be a bit more relevant in terms of release, in terms of who I talk to. It's not just going to be these interviews. Well, we'll still have them, but it's not just going to be that. So I'm going to be having a lot of people come back. So if you have a favorite episode, tell me, please comment it. Message me. If you have a favorite White Stripe episode, you want to see this person again, you want to see this person talk about something specific again, let's go. Let's do it. Season 2 is for that. And that's what I'm really, really excited for. Because we're gonna not just be having interviews, but we're gonna be having segments. We're gonna be having shows within the show. And that's just where the White Stripe podcast is headed. So we're still gonna be talking about the same things. It's still gonna be based on creativity. But we're gonna go beyond that. We're gonna talk about politics. We're also gonna talk about business, passion, and more. Music, even. Like, there's a lot of things that are coming out now. A lot of good stories that I'm hearing that I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait for you guys to listen in. And season 1 was, like, to me, it feels so weird to be here right now, talking to you and saying, hey, this is episode 30. I started this out in September, not knowing exactly what was going to happen to it. But now, episode 30, let's go. Let's go. So I'm not going to be changing it and say like, oh, season 2, episode 1. It's still going to be labeled episode 31, episode 32, episode 33. But it's going to be a bit different. You're going to feel it, I think. New everything. So my favorite part of season 1, there are so many interviews that I did and podcast episodes that were really fun. I remember the first person that came on the show that previously I didn't already have a friendship with was Machienzo. So to me, that's a big highlight because that was the first time I was like, "Hey, I noticed your work. Do you want to come on the pod? Like, I'd love to talk to you." And she said, "Yeah." She was the first person to do that. So to me, that was a big like confidence boost. To me, that was like great. I can do this. It doesn't just have to be people that I know. Because of course, if it's people that you know, there's a certain sense of, oh, like he's doing this because he has friends there. And yeah, I do. I have great friends, right? But to me, that was just a big confidence boost. That was just like, wow. All right, it's possible. That was a big boost for me when Rain came on because to me, that was like, oh, it's someone I don't know. That was just something that it was fun. It was crazy, right? It was just like, huh, I can do this. I can do this. So That's one of my favorite moments because it kind of just boosted my confidence. Another one definitely has to be like just talking with friends, like LA, right? So, like for example, LA, is someone I've known for years, but to have a conversation that's a bit different from how we usually talk, right? It's something like I'm allowed to ask these questions that previously I didn't ask, like, but I was just curious about. Like, not that I wouldn't ask him questions, but it's just like, oh, this is a nice venue to ask about questions. So that was one of my favorite memories of season one, and so many creatives, so many people came on the show. And if you were one of the guests on the show, thank you so much for being part of season one. Because here we are. I'm at episode 30, going into 31, 32, 33. And if you were part of the first 30, thank you for putting trust in me. And thank you for just having a good time with me, for opening yourself up, and for your time. Because I'm sure a lot of people were also blessed to hear your stories, to hear, what your thoughts are, what you were going through. I'm sure that if you have a struggle, someone out there will relate to that struggle as well. All right, what can we expect for season two? Season two is so it's a bit more. I'd say it's a bit more intense. I'd say season two, it's more fun. It's more. So we're still gonna have the same things. We're still gonna have guest interviews, but it's not just gonna be that. It's gonna be recurring guests. It's gonna be people coming on, not just talking about themselves, but it's just exciting. People are gonna come on and talk about like their top fives and their top tens, and these are people that you probably already know. So hit follow, subscribe. We have a bunch of episodes. We have Renzo Magnaye talking about radio. We have Bodie Cruz talking about his time in PBB. We have Tim Marquez talking about his band, his EP, Manila Magic. We also have Michael Luis talking about hosting, moving forward, and grief. That was one of my favorite episodes. We have Ellie Aguinaldo talking about everything he can, all the industries, his journey, modeling. What's that like? We have also new episodes. We have Cami Dominique, we have Jeremy Kisip, and a lot more episodes. So if you were part of the first 30 episodes, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you. Can't wait to have you back on. And if you have a favorite episode, let me know. So this is the White Stripe Podcast with Trey Remulla. Check it out on YouTube. Check it out. It's Sand Studios, SAND Studios, that produces this show. And we are presented by Wavecast Equipment PH for all your home audio needs. Go check it out. So I'll see you for season 2.